You can't stop my ceaseless monologue.
So Rin, we will definitely get to you.
No, take your time.
You are probably going to be the substance of the rest of this game again.
Oh boy.
I'm fine with that. This should be fun.
That's how heist games go.
Oh boy. No.
You are more than welcome and semi-encouraged to bring the rest of the party with you if you feel like they can. But also do what Rin would do.
I'll try and figure out things.
On the other hand, what are the rest of you doing at the moment as Rin is prepping for that?
I will say my mic is on, right? Yeah, my mic is on.
Yeah.
Yes,
I will say, as I said before, for Rin's benefit, if he wants to take Zephyr, by all means, it'd probably be good for him. Darian, by no account, is in a position to ask anything of anyone like that. Well, ask either of his kids anything of them at this point. So if you were to do that, that's entirely of your own volition, because he can't.
He's doing it.
Wonderful.
Darian is not volunteering his kids for anything, is what you're trying to say, yes?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Instead, Rin has volunteered his kids for things.
No, out of character, I'm giving you a blank check for that. Well, at least for Zephyr.
Nope, too late.
Like you could stop him.
You said for that.
Well, I am once again scratching out all the notes I had prepped for this game, which are the same notes that were prepped for the last game.
Listen, this one isn't my fault. I got told to steal things, so now I'm stealing things.
Yeah.
Liberty is hanging with Rain for now while the two wizards are nerding out together.
Alright.
Originally to try to, just hang and be supportive, but also, as part of that, to try to learn the song on her lyre, and then discovering that there's more than one, she's now intrigued and kind of listening to the repertoire of songs.
All right.
And maybe
Darian,
yeah, Darian's helping Orin, and then when he's done with that, he'll probably sit against the wall off to the side with the cat, sit with Sabulu in her lap and kind of wait for everyone to fall asleep except for Liberty.
Since you're helping Orin, he will get to make that check with his Tinker's tools with advantage. Fortunately, that's
Yay.
a natural 20.
Yeah,
and a natural 19.
I'm helpful!
Darian was useful.
Nerdy boy do number.
He has you hold a few things. You suggest a few other things like the bee thing, and it takes you guys a couple hours. But at the very end, you have a model that technically works, but probably would not be effective as a full-scale item.
Smart boys make model go brr.
Alright. Well then, in the meantime, while you guys are doing all that, Rin, what is the plan?
Oh, God in heaven, man. Alright, so, due to Kelso's most unfortunate choice of words, Rin is recruiting both children.
No.
Too late.
I'm right there. So
No.
Too late.
The answer is no.
You may try to say no, but the answer is yes. But
I'm
he has
there,
a very specific role for the one whose name I just forgot.
Rain.
That's the one, yep. Mm-hmm.
The cat girl.
Yep. Rain.
Something I can help you with?
Perhaps. Might I borrow you for a moment?
She kind of cocks an eyebrow. Is there something you need from me?
We shall see. I am determining that.
She kind of shrugs and leaves the music box playing as she takes a step steps away with you.
Now, I understand that you are quite the accomplished literary expert.
I read quite often, if that is what you're referring to.
You know your works of literature well, would you say?
I am a fan of many of the classics, though I have some uh, novice critiques for some of them.
And what would you say your familiarity with the more arcane works of literature would be?
My father has several different books on the subjects. I have read through most of them. They seem to be. How do I say this? They're not my cup of tea.
Academic.
I could
would you say you understand
them should I put effort into it, but I have yet to put effort into it.
I see. But you would say that with some time you could make yourself seem as if you understood them well enough.
I can certainly use buzzwords and other tactics of this sort to make sure that I could appear as such to anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Fantastic. That is exactly what I need.
But are you insinuating I am suddenly concerned?
Well, there is no need for immediate concern, perhaps future concern, but that's a problem for future you and not present you, so I would not worry about it yet.
Yes, you
in regards to
evidently
the actual
have not
errand.
been listening to the conversations that my father has been having with Mr. Guman. Foresight is indeed a necessary trait.
Who is Mr. Guman?
Ooh,
Oren.
Orin.
Oh, the gnome.
The
Yes.
gnome.
Yes, the applicable one. But yes. So, he squints at Darian. Father has given me some materials to acquire for him, and I might need your assistance with some of the more complex errands. Your brother shall also be joining me, whether he knows it yet or not. But he has less of a choice than you do.
Zephyr can make his own decisions.
He certainly can.
I will have to unfortunately decline the request if it has anything to do with illegal activities.
What if I were to say that the part you would be doing would be less illegal, more morally gray?
That does not make it better.
Just checking. Okay. I shall find a different way then. Thank you for your time.
I wish you all the luck in the world.
Luck.
Liberty's
She
proficient
returns
in
to her
arcane.
seat.
Rita's not looking at Liberty ever.
That's fair. This is the player muttering to herself. Liberty's not volunteering.
Good.
He made that sound sketchy as heck.
Yeah, which is why Rain is in no way getting herself involved in that.
And you'll notice that he very not so subtly pointed the finger at Darian for the reason why.
Yep. This is all your dad's idea. Now come do something sketchy with me.
He
All right,
lied.
So, so when you are down,
He literally
one of
said, your dad asked me to acquire these things.
It is true.
Anyway,
That
Did
part,
you not
yes.
ask him to acquire those things?
Let's see. Words that I have. Can we turn the music down mildly?
Yes, we may.
Thank you,
I
sir.
feel like I'm in a Skaldrin pub.
You
Well,
should
I
also
wanted
be
something
able
peppy,
to
but
turn it
I
off
think
on
it might
your
be
end as
too early
well.
for that.
No, Peppy is good. I need it to not be so peppy that I'm about to start skipping around the room.
Fair enough.
You can adjust the stream volume.
This is true.
Yeah.
Rin is heading towards Zephyr next.
He sees you coming and straightens up, already sensing what's going on.
Are you in?
I believe
Yes or
so.
no?
What are we doing?
Excellent. Follow me.
Okay. He grabs his sword, slings it over his shoulder, and follows you.
Leave the sword.
What? What do you mean?
This, my friend, he says, leaning his head 180 degrees backwards, is a task in subtlety.
Nothing more
Kind of
subtle than a
cocks an
guy who
eyebrow
can
at
turn.
the yes, that.
What?
Fine.
How dare you look at me like this? This is my natural look.
He puts the sword back.
Yes, worry not. You and I have some items to acquire.
Do I get to punch anyone?
Maybe. Depends on
Okay,
how
I'm
subtle
good.
we are. Actually, ooh, that's an idea. Hold on. I have to go look at the list again real quick. Oh god, there's so many Jeefs.
So many.
Let's see. Da-da-da. Excellent.
One set of elven chainmail, crystal key from Keeper Najim. You want to steal from Keeper Najim?
No.
I will
I'm
say
not
while
saying
he's
you. I'm
looking through
saying Darian. Judgment.
while
Or are
he's
you
looking
talking about
through
the
that,
giant floating crystal?
there was definitely a real possibility that if Rain and Zephyr went with him, I would give the stats to the other two players and have them play the kids.
I call Rain.
Oh, I was hoping you'd call Zephyr.
I mean, honestly, no, I can do that. Can
But
do
the ship has
either.
sailed.
Yep, it's true.
Doesn't sail until we get the crystal, though. So
Boo.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
At least
10
it
hit points.
wasn't. Oh, come on. That wasn't
No, it
that
wasn't 10 hit points.
painful.
That wasn't that bad.
All right.
Reasonable.
Alright, so what's the plan?
Well, Zephyr, who is suddenly sounded like Jacob. Step one is we need to get these slimes. I want these slimes very bad, and exactly in the manner that I get them. However, it will be difficult.
Sure.
What do you know about gray slimes, specifically their care, feeding habits, and what they like?
Absolutely nothing.
Fantastic, a fresh slate. I'd love to hear it. I too know nothing about them, so we are going to a pet store.
A pet store?
I'll remind you, I told you
Zephyr?
exactly where you could get them.
Zephyr doesn't question it.
Rin is calling it a pet store. He's going to where you recommended.
All right. I will just
I assume you're
continue to eat
walking
my
and talking.
Yes, he's walking and talking.
All right. For all intents and purposes, you are actually on the right side of the city. The correct. Oh no, you're not. You're in the entertainment district. I was thinking about Liberty.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a hot second. You're gonna have to cross the bay, get across there, go up to the northeastern part of the city. There, you'll find a long bridge over an inlet of the ocean that leads to an island.
Sure.
Where the majority of the college grounds actually are. If you don't want to go that far, there is a magical market right outside in the main part of the city. The items you're looking for may be there. It's at the very least on your way.
Rin is looking for, first, an expert. He doesn't care who has them and who doesn't. He just wants someone who knows the ins and outs of them.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you look for an expert on oozes.
22.
22.
Police.
All right. It's going to take you a little while, especially since this is, very specific kind of questionnaire that you're going through.
Specialty item.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Mostly by music that I love, but is totally the wrong feel.
Hey, listen, I'm digging it. Keep it up. Keep it coming.
All right, you do eventually find a few shops that are all next to each other. One does have familiars, different animals of the small variety, a large selection. These are definitely not the familiars that you would have with Find Familiar, but instead an animal companion. It's a possibility that you might at least find something there that would point you in the right direction, at least, or maybe someone who has information. The next shop is an alchemist shop, but it is a very, very fancy alchemist shop. You see that on the outside, there are different things that are being displayed through the windows that, to our modern eyes, would actually look a lot like lava lamps, if I'm going to be fully honest.
Fantastic.
Different chemicals and elixirs hang from bottles that can be seen lining the ceiling from the outside. The third shop is an oddities shop, specifically for like monster parts. This would have been a great place to like sell the bullet armor that you gathered, but you guys were going the opposite way. It's possible that they either know how to get the stuff you're looking for, or might even have pieces of an ooze that might work.
Sure. So there's an alchemist shop, there's a beast companion shop, and what was the other one?
I don't know what the name of it, what type of shop it would be, but it's a monster
Menagerie?
parts shop. Menagerie.
Oh, that one.
I think I'll start with the monster parts shop.
Okay. Heading inside, you see lots of taxidermies that line the walls that are displayed on display tables. Quite a few of them are not of the bestial style, though, and instead lean heavily on the monstrous side of everything. You see, actually, probably one that would really stand out to you for a second is a mirror that appears to be made out of part of the shell of a flail snail. You guys fought some of those. That is quickly something that you recognize. Inside, you see a half-orc gentleman who is dressed in fine silks. He appears to be taking stock of the shop and kind of looks over his shoulder and says, "Welcome. Let me know
Hello?
if you have any questions."
I have questions.
He slams his book shut. "What can I help you with?"
What do you know about gray slimes?
They are of the ooze family. Can be chemically altered and or created. What is a specific question you have of these things?
I am looking for something that might draw them, for instance, something they might find preferable to eat, something that would encourage them beyond all reasonable doubt to follow no matter what. How they follow music, perhaps.
Music is not necessarily a thing that a creature of that type would find intriguing. Most likely, what you would be looking for is somewhere that festers with bacteria.
Bacteria.
Microorganisms that help break down things such as refuse and corpses.
Huh, I've never heard of this.
It is a lesser known fact in the world.
Interesting. I might
they
have to
tend
circle
to-
back to that. But yes, please continue.
They tend to eat, for lack of better terminology, trash.
Okay. So they are, you would say, attracted to the this. I'm sorry, am I saying this right? Bacteria?
Bacteria, yes.
Bacteria. They are attracted to the bacteria in trash.
That is indeed correct.
And you would say that if they were lured with this trash, they would follow it very, very enthusiastically.
Enthusiastically, potentially. It is a food source for them, and as long as it does not prove to be too difficult to obtain, which it tends not to be since it is laying still like a corpse, they will certainly try to devour it. I have heard reports that there is often a problem in the sewer system with creatures of this sort because of this.
Those make sense. There is nothing that you would say. What is the word I am looking for?
Hypnotized,
Like a child to sweets. Like it draws them very very strongly, like a strong attractor, like magnets.
Bait.
Ooze is not a particularly sentient creature. They are not self-aware and therefore have very little of what you would say preference.
Interesting. What is something that they do not like?
They certainly do not like fresh water, and things for a second. Most likely, vegetation would probably not be a particularly interesting thing to lose.
All right, thank you.
Certainly. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
Not yet, but I might be back tomorrow. I shall keep you posted.
Before you go, I will say, as precautionary, I would not use an ooze. Clean out your drains. That is the most common use that anyone thinks of for these things. It is, in fact, a terrible decision, and do not do so. This is the reason that the sewer system has such a difficulty with these.
Well, there goes that idea.
I am sorry to punch holes in your sail.
It is all right. I shall figure something else out. I appreciate your advice. Thank you, Sensei.
If there is nothing else, have a good day.
Uh-huh.
He goes back to cataloging his items.
Now Rin is looking for a supplier.
For what?
Gray uses, specifically, a supplier that might not necessarily keep them as secure as they should be.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
$16.
Okay. As you walk out of the bestiary shop, looking around at some of the shops, the alchemist shop that is across the street that was mentioned earlier actually does seem to have some sort of animated potions, for lack of better terminology.
Okay.
There are some things that very possibly could be oozes in bottles there.
Rin's gonna walk over.
All right.
You had me animated, and also this is the second time you mentioned it, which now makes me suspicious.
It's all in the same area.
Yeah, Rin's gonna walk over and like kind of look at these bottles.
All right. Stepping into the shop, you look around for a little bit. There is a couple who is running this shop, both halfling, both pretty old. The female of the couple greets you. Hello, dearie. Let us know if you need anything.
I'll be sure to do that.
Looking around, go ahead and make an investigation check as you begin looking through the bottles.
That is a 12.
With the 12, a good amount of these animated bottles appear to be animated through simply mystic means. Crystals and different fine powders that have been poured into the concoction makes it give off a lifelike appearance, though these are probably not actual slimes. However, as you look around, there is a larger glass tube that is a little to the side of the front desk in the back of the building that appears to have exactly what you're looking for, a gray ooze, though it is pretty well secured in its glass casing.
Zephyr,
He looks at you.
how good are you at distractions?
He kind of cocks his head a little. How distracting are you wanting?
Apocalyptically so, but not yet.
He takes a few steps away from you and heads down a couple aisles.
No. It's far too soon. We are simply right now. We are using you. We are scoping out the terrain.
Reconnaissance.
Yes,
I
a
just-
wise thief does not make a play until he knows all the variables.
Just for my own edification, I assumed that Rin is not going around in his tiefling form as he is in a more ritzy part of town.
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure. What does he appear as?
Actually, that was one of the questions I had for you, the DM.
Mhm.
Talk to me about Warforged.
Warforged are a less common thing in the Ohari and tend to have a connection to the Gwendolian Empire, because the Gwendolian Empire is more or less the biggest manufacturer of them.
Gotcha.
They are its military unit, and thereby, yeah, they've been produced many times from that area. You would find Warforged in different places like the Vinzoli Isles as well. They've begun perfecting the art of making such things. In Gordozo, it's not the craziest thing to see. You've actually seen probably one or two in your time in the city, albeit foreigners who are, and most likely bodyguards.
Excellent. That answers that question. You asked me. You asked me a question, then I forgot what it was. What was it?
What does Rin look like at the moment?
Yes. I can't decide if he wants to look like a dwarf, I can't decide if I want him to look like a dwarf or a turtle.
Turtles are also pretty rare. They mainly come from the northern coast of Kestra, but you've definitely seen them around.
I'm going to say turtle then.
All right. Feel free to continue with what you're doing.
Rin has located this one slime. Darian said he only needs one, though two would be preferable. Yes.
Mhm.
And there's only one in this bottle.
Yes, and by bottle, this is like
I'm right now in my head. I've got like a growler envisioned.
I know it's like 2 5-gallon buckets stacked on top of each other, made of glass.
Excellent. Is it
It'd
round?
be tricky to get that in.
It is
Back
rounded, but it is a cylinder.
It's a cylinder. Excellent. That could be fun.
I'm just picturing like the giant tubes in all the stereotypical like mad scientist villain lairs they use to like house the clones and things like that.
That's not entirely inaccurate. It's definitely smaller than that, and it has a bit more decoration on the top and the bottom to make it more presentable.
So like a Damian Wayne growth chamber.
I have not.
It's Batman. It's Batman. I know this one is Batman.
It's Batman.
Batman.
I know it's
Jacob is Batman.
I haven't read neither the comic book in which that is brought up, nor have I seen the animation.
Talia
It's Batman.
grew her son in clone chambers.
That's
Bunch of
a
Damien
disgusting
clones.
display of parenthood.
Yep.
I would not look to. I would not look to Talia al Ghul as a paragon of anything, much less parenthood.
Indeed.
All right, Forge, what are you doing?
So that satisfies me. Rin's going to sort of mentally tick that off and exit the shop.
All right. I thought we were making a distraction.
Not yet. Sorry, I was just gauging your capacity too. Once we need it. Next, hey, you remember that diamond? that ring shop I robbed.
It was
How
it
can you
was
forget?
several blocks south of here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the odds that they would have one diamond worth 50?
Honestly, pretty high.
Okay, I just wanted to check and see if this was like a K's scenario.
No, they're in fact a jeweler. It's likely that they'd have a
Okay.
diamond worth 50
So
gold
they're
pieces.
getting hit twice then. Fuck these guys. I don't
Those
believe in
poor
the diamond
people.
trade. Rin, I've just made a character choice for Rin. He does not believe in the diamond trade.
Sapphires are better anyway.
Exactly.
To be fair, the diamond trade is too hyped.
It's true. It's literally all hype. They are not
Here,
as
for all you
expensive as
listeners
the
out
gold
there,
ones.
if you want to get like your significant other something nice to symbolize your undying love for them or whatever, don't get a diamond. Diamonds die. Get tungsten carbide. That shit lasts for fucking ever.
That's what
Get
my
a
ring is.
get a real metal.
Nice.
It's also got a wood
Diamond.
inlay because I'm extra.
Yeah,
It's
get a
so
real
perfect for
material.
you.
Don't get diamond. Diamond melts. Your love doesn't melt for your significant other. It lasts
Diamond is
forever,
nothing
like
but
tungsten
lies.
carbide. Diamond is full of falsehoods.
It's a rock full of lies.
Diamond in the rough. Man, Aladdin got frickin' roasted by that one big lion dude.
This
Like,
episode brought to you by millennials who don't buy into the diamond industry.
I was gonna say, I was looking for a good way to segue into that. Anyways, Bryn, what are you up to?
Rin's going gem shopping.
All right, it's about a 20-minute walk from here, but it doesn't take you that long. You find the shop once again. It's glorious as it ever was. Stepping inside, you do see that there is a repairman in at the moment who is currently replacing the glass that you broke last time you were here.
Excellent.
Union sent me over. I'm here to replace you.
Rin makes a show of in his turtle form, like looking over and like frowning and what could be taken as either concern or consternation at the fact that there's a repairman in here.
You were approached by a dwarven woman who says, yes, hello. Is there anything I can assist you with today, sir?
Yes. Did something happen?
Oh, yes, we had a small bit of a break-in in the middle of the day. It was quite exciting, and she kind of gestures over to the doubled security since last time you were here. We have taken precautions to make sure that it does not happen again. But there is no worry of that. There should not be any trouble. What can I help you with today?
The middle of the day, you say? My goodness. Well, madam, I'm seeking diamonds.
Diamonds, yes. They are wonderful commodity. We do have quite a selection. Do you have a price range that you are looking at?
Approximately around 50 gold.
Yes, please follow me. She'll lead you through the store, passing several display cases displaying a plethora of different amulets and tiaras and earrings and rings and just so much shiny.
Feel me!
They are all crying out to you, and they wish to be liberated.
Save me from my glassy prison.
Existence is pain. But she does eventually make it to a glass display case in which there are several different kinds of precious gem. On one dark-colored pillow is a large line of different kinds of diamonds of varying sizes. The largest one of which is probably about the size of your thumb knuckle.
Oh.
As a turtle, that's actually relatively large at the moment. But it ranges from anywhere from that size to something quite small that would fit very nicely in a small ring.
I see.
If you're looking for something of the 50 gold piece variety, I can suggest these. And she gestures to summon the lower mid size range.
I see.
Is this to be set in a piece of jewelry, or are you looking for
Hold
spell
on. I
components?
have to figure out something here. How far is it to the door?
You're actually deep into the shop this time.
Oh.
You probably got a good 80 feet run.
I see. You don't want me pulling the same shenanigan twice, huh?
More specifically, you were looking at the yeah, sure, but also that's just how the shop is lined up.
Yeah, I can.
There
Probably.
are glass windows around pretty much the entirety of this room. It's designed to let in as much light to shine off of the merchandise as possible. Closest window is like less than 15 feet from you.
Uh-huh. And it is okay. Words that I have and are and am saying totally super well. I'm just so eloquent.
You're doing great, dear.
Not mean to leave. You. Erin says, turning towards Zephyr. Would you be so kind as to go get the cart? And he winks subtly at Zephyr, implying that he should not come back.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Zephyr is known for not being super bright.
15.
He gets it from his father.
Ooh.
Okay. He subtly winks back and says, "Certainly, sir," and turns on his heel and begins to walk out.
Rin turns back and stoops low over this table, appearing to inspect each piece. He's already decided he wants the big one.
No.
Is
this to be set in a piece of jewelry, or is this for spell components?
It is for spells.
Wonderful. Then you would most likely not need to be trimmed.
No. Ideally, it shall be something to achieve the Amir's favor.
Certainly a grand cause. Though if you're looking to impress the Emir, I would suggest something a bit more pricey than the 50 gold piece. May I suggest these? And she brings her hands up to the higher size.
Ooh.
No. I'm just picturing Oogway, but his like neck stretching really far out.
He's Oogway, but more serpent. Oogway, but more serpent turtle.
No.
The
neck just keeps extending.
So
Like
a couple of questions, DM. One, has she opened the case so I can actually look at these things, or is the case currently closed?
The case is currently closed. She has slid open a back panel on the far side from you to reach a hand in to more specifically display what she is offering.
All right. Second question. Man, I hate it when I forget my questions. I had it. Hold on. I've got this. Oh, yes. Can I... So, what would Rin know what an anti-magic field feels like?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh shit.
No.
That is a 2.
Unfortunately, you're not sure. That one's pretty tricky. You know that there are certain magic items that just wouldn't work in a magic field, but the only magic item that you have that might help you with that is your rapier, which only works when you're being threatened. So,
Well, there's an easier way to test this, I suppose. Rin's going to look closely at one of the ones she's gesturing to, and then sort of wave his hand over it and cast make it very obvious he's casting an illusion spell to make it gleam like a prism.
just a basic light sort of.
Yeah,
spell.
yeah.
Okay.
Just make it more sparkly.
She'll help by picking it up and moving it in the light to kind of reflect as much as she can. It's indeed a beautiful piece.
Indeed, you have excellent taste.
You poor fool.
Yes, I think this may do. Rin says, nodding satisfied.
Wonderful. This
Painfully slowly.
Are you having her display some of the larger ones or the largest one?
The largest one.
She says that this one runs around the 5,000 gold piece range.
Oh my, interesting. I could do quite something with a spell like that.
It would certainly impress Ymir.
Indeed. I finally work for that cure he's been working on.
She thinks to ask and then decides not to.
Okay. May I? He asked, gesturing towards it.
Unfortunately, for things at this price, we are unable to send it to the customer until it is fully purchased. I am certain you understand.
Understandable indeed. Then would you mind just raising it up? I have no need to handle it. I simply wish to inspect the center.
She raises it a bit closer to the glass from inside the case.
Alrighty. So, let's see if I can figure out how to pull this off, huh? I have to look at my spell list very closely. So, that one.
It's a bad sign.
Alright. Okay. I have an idea.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, so am I. We're gonna see if this actually works. Okay. Okay, so the glass is in between Diamond and me.
It's like a puzzle.
You've given me like the most delightful little little puzzle twister thing. I'm just loving tinkering with it right now.
I mean, you've been coming into these sort of things constantly. This is hardly my fault.
No, I'm loving it. It's like a delightful little mental exercise. What tier of sleight of hand would I need to make to get this diamond from her?
Currently, there is a piece of glass in between you and her.
Assuming there wasn't glass.
Assuming there wasn't glass, you would have to roll pretty high to keep her from noticing. I'm not entirely certain as to what the question is.
Just to get the diamond.
Just to get the diamond, it would more likely be a contested strength check. It would be like a grapple, but you might be able to use your sleight of hand instead, depending on the situation.
Okay. And where is the next most expensive diamond in relation to us and her hand?
The next most expensive is just under her hand on the pillow. She's holding the knuckle-sized diamond just above it with both hands to make sure that she has a good grip on it. But below her is just a strewn set of very finely lined up diamonds of varying sizes. The next one, considering the price of the 50 gold piece and the 5,000 gold piece, this one's probably worth a good 2,000 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, we've already built
Could
this.
trade that for some chainmail.
We've already built this up. So first off, the turtle he has assumed is reminiscent of a snapping turtle, which is going to become extremely relevant here in a minute.
Oh
No, I'm sure.
Oh my.
Rin is leaned very close to the glass. God, I can't.
I love how he has money in the one thing that is actually pretty cheap. He's definitely going to go on
One
a
thing
heist
that's
for.
like reasonably
Fuck the diamond
attainable
trade.
via- I
True.
mean, yes, true. We fully
Technically,
support
I
it.
did give him the gold for that. This is entirely up to him. This is his call.
If nothing else, like if he chooses not to use it to buy the diamond, then it's him getting paid for screwing over capitalism.
If nothing else, he's got a foolproof escape plan. Because he's proven that
Okay.
magic works, which means they haven't warded the place against magic.
The fools.
So he can at least escape.
I do have a quick thought though, while you're contemplating what you're doing here.
Yes.
About the diamond trade.
About the diamond trade, it's typically needy, considering that a lot of gemstones and other fine items are used for spellcasting, and it is combined with a gold piece cost. Is that gold piece cost regulated by the government, or is it's more like a diamonds are regulated themselves by the government to make sure they are at a specific price, so the diamond trade can't upscale it?
Jacob, you just said a lot of words, and now my head hurts.
I've gone on a tangent at this point in time, and it's going to be like 3 weeks before I get a good, solid answer in my head.
That is a good question for outside of session.
All right, I know what Rin's gonna do.
Go for it, Forage.
All right, Rin's gonna make it look like he slipped or something. I mean, you know, stubby turtle legs on what I would assume is like smooth marble or something. You know how it is.
These guys are going to get investigated by OSHA for all of these tripping hazards.
And then
Jesse snarky comments
while he's
Sorry.
making it look like he's tripping, he's going to slam his snapping turtle face into the glass to shatter it.
Okay, I would like to take a performance check from you.
Gladly. Come on. Yes. 16, 20.
A 20 all in all?
Yep.
All right. Now I'd like a strength check. Really quick.
That's the part I was afraid of.
Slam your face into the glass.
Yep. Where is it? Strength. Come on! Oh, fuck. That's a 9. Hello?
9? Sorry.
Yes.
The glass rolled against it, and it rolled a 2.
Ooh?
So you slam your face into it, and thankfully you have hardened the front of the face with it being a snapping turtle, and it just shatters underneath you as you kind of fall to the floor half. The dwarven individual who's been helping you gives out a cry of surprise, drops the diamond in with the broken glass, and you can already hear the running footsteps of the guards who are running to make sure nothing is stolen. What would you like to do? You have limited time.
All right. Sleight of hand to steal as many of these fucking diamonds as I can get.
All right.
Starting
give
with
me a
the
sleight of
most
hand.
expensive.
Yeah, gave me a sleight of hand for that.
18.
Natural one. All right. I'll take 2 more sleight of hand checks from you real quick.
Okay. That is a 22 and a 27.
22 and a 27. All right. As the guards are running towards you, you palm a couple of the diamonds, making sure specifically to grab the one that is the largest. What are you doing with the rest of your turn?
I I'm gonna misty step through the window.
All right. I would like another sleight of hands check as you begin trying to weave the spell, and yeah, just give me a sleight of hand check. Oh, but do it with advantage. I'll tell you why in a moment.
Well, the first one's a 23. Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that. Sleight of hand. 23 and a 22, so 23.
All right. As you begin weaving the spell in your hand to teleport out of there, you can already feel the presence of the guards almost upon you as you hear another from the other side of the building as a rock comes sailing through the window.
Excellent.
You teleport out of there and into the back alley where you last time saw the half-elfin gentleman who you had stolen from last time chase you out. You are a turtle. You are a turtle in the dark alley. And the guard, you can already hear the guard shouting.
All right. Rin is going to break eye contact, eye line with them.
You've already done so.
Excellent. Rin is now a tall, exceedingly well dressed wood elf.
All right.
He's going to casually stealth.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
24.
With a 24, you begin to make your way around the building, and making your way towards the front. You see the guards, the security having poured out of the building looking for you. You see Zephyr, who is in the middle of the road shouting, "That way! I saw him go that way!" And make sure that they believe him. And they begin to run in the direction that he pointed.
Excellent.
As they run away, you see Zephyr just kind of standing there, looking back and forth into the building, occasionally craning his neck to see if he can see you.
Rin subtly sort of waves at him.
Make another persuasion check.
Oh no. Oh, that's okay. That's a 19.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Rin! Ow! Did I do good? Was that a good distraction? That's what you wanted, right?
It was fantastic, my friend. You're cut out for this sort of thing if you weren't so good at swinging a big sword around.
I can be good at 2 things.
This is true. Maybe even 3 if you're lucky.
For the sake of time, how much of the rest of the stuff are you? Well, I guess we still have the ooze thing.
Yes.
What's your next plan?
Well, I was planning on stealing the elven chainmail, the ooze, and the diamond. The bag of holding was dependent. I was going to pay for the familiar consumables and the miscellaneous stuff that Orin needs, and I was going to negotiate with Najin about the crystal.
Okay. So I'll say, in the meantime, you do make the allotted purchases. The silver wire, the 100 feet of silver wire, is going to probably cost you around 200 gold pieces.
All right. How much gold did I get from Darian?
300.
300. All right. Oof.
Also, I posted the list in the chat.
Oh, good.
There are more items.
Oh boy. More, you say? Oh god.
Oh, that's message.
What the shit? Trying to break into Rin Steez? 2 daggers and a rapier? Rin, Rin pays a small urchin boy like 2 copper for his sling.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Chipper's rich.
You're able to get a small urchin's sack for a couple copper.
Mm-hmm. He'll probably buy the rapier. Make sure it's actually an actual proper instrument.
Yeah, that'd probably run you about. Let me see here. It's actually look that up real quick.
And Rin definitely has spare daggers back at the hideout, so he's not even worried about that.
Rapier. Special. Yeah, 25 gold pieces. There's.
Sure.
I wrote down all the prices next to them.
Oh, did you? Was that one included?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that, 25 gold pieces.
The Pearl. Oh man, now I'm thinking of John Snides. Screw that movie. Let's see.
While he's thinking, what are the rest of you doing? Are you
Yes,
still just doing
let's
what you
do
were
someone
doing?
else's scene real quick. I feel like I'm hogging all the time.
It's what heist missions with Rin end up turning out to be, which is fine.
At what point of the day is it? Still like afternoon.
Yeah, no, you're hitting around 2 p.m.
Yeah, no. Darian's pretty much just doing that until the evening conversation, so he's not really up to much. Um. Uh. Screw it. There's really not anything going on, and I can at least burn 2 hours doing this. Darian's going to use 2 fourth level spells to maintain concentration on polymorph into the dog form for 2 hours consecutively.
Okay.
This is new. Does he leave the safe house for this?
No,
Or after this?
he's still
Gonna
there.
be Doggo in the house.
Actually, Jacob, Darian's house, traveling on all fours as a dog would. What time span am I looking at from point A to point B from the safe house?
Are you trying to be sneaky?
It's a dog. I mean, yes and
Not
no.
wrong. As a dog, normally it would take from where you're at right now around 3 hours. As a dog, you could probably shave off a good 45 minutes of that.
Yeah, that's still much too far.
By the
In
way,
that
I'm very
case,
sorry, Kelso, but I am gonna have to start calling you Sirius Black now.
I'm fine with that.
Moody,
I
broody
actually
wizard that turns
anticipated
into a
that.
dog.
It's like, yeah, that's gonna be a thing. I have no doubts. Uh, no, in that case, Darian, who's still kind of just off to the side, studies his book and does the incantation and kind of wanders around the safe house a bit, and then just kind of lays on the ground somewhere, and just lays there.
It's very comfortable.
Just observing and then closing his eyes every now and again, not sleeping.
Liberty, it's
Liberty
it's a
will lean
little
over.
Weird.
It is, and Liberty's going to lean over and murmur to Rain. Is he doing that as a not so subtle cry for more attention and physical affection?
You've killed Kelso.
He did this to himself.
I appreciate that you think that I know.
Sad. Well, hopefully we find a more productive way to channel all of his churning grief and angst.
Yeah, shrugs and goes back to her book.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, no, Liberty's just kind of watching. She wasn't there to hear Oren's whole speech about not wanting to get too involved with either criminal organization and not trusting them too much, so she doesn't know how much she would agree with the gnome. As far as she knows, he's that weird wizard dude that we just brought in, and now we're trusting him implicitly. So the girls are gonna sit and just read.
All right.
She's got her large book of devotions, and Rain's got whatever one's Starry and salvaged for her.
True enough.
Maybe make a pot of tea at some point, because we have that now.
Yes. Yes.
Did Ren ever like not Ren? Did Zephyr ever actually empty out his pockets with all
He
the
did.
tea and everything? Okay.
It was one of the
Did.
first things he did when he got back.
Okay.
Boy had a mission.